My name's Hannah. So when I was 12, almost 13, me and my sister and my mom took a trip to Malawi in Africa with Girls Supporting Girls. And our goal of the trip was to build a school for children in need of an education.
My name is Megan Brennan. Female Educated Empowered, which is on my shirt, stands for what Girls Supporting Girls is trying to accomplish. When we went on a trek to Malawi, I learned that kids had to walk for 3.5 miles to get to school, and often girls were not seen as a priority to go to school because they had chores, they had to take care of children.
My name is Samara Taylor and I went to Malawi in 2018. When we first got to the village, it was so amazing to see the amount of people that were there waiting to greet us. Everyone was singing and dancing, and it was amazing that they were willing to be there after 9 years of waiting for their school.
My name is Gabby Hart. I went to Malawi in 2018 with my mom and my sister to build a school with Girls Supporting Girls. One of the most impactful things about the trip was definitely working with the community to build the school in the village. I remember working in the assembly line. We were passing bricks with each other, and I just thought we were singing and just laughing, and I thought that was just amazing.
I loved working on the construction site. I liked how all of the village came together to work for a greater goal, and I thought it was so amazing seeing that it wasn't just the men who were working on the work site, it was also women, and it was crazy to me because they all had babies on their backs, and it was really hard work, and for us we were all working hard, but they were working twice as hard to do the same thing.
One thing that surprised me the most during our trip to Malawi would have to be that our host mom, Agnes, did not know her numbers completely. And when we would gather around and play Uno and go fish, she was a little nervous and hesitant at first because she didn't know all of her numbers. Eventually, we would hold up the number cards and she would show us the different numbers on her fingers so we could communicate back and forth and help her learn her numbers. And I thought it was really cool because we got to bond with her and we got to help her with something that she was insecure about.
So when we were there, we went and talked to the adult literacy group, and we were able to witness the adults writing their names for the first time.
And later that week when we visited an already built school in Malawi, there was a woman who had a really interesting experience that really stuck with me. She would get lost every day, and so through the adult literacy program she was able to start being able to read the bus maps and then was able to go and find a job to support her family.
When we had our woman-to-woman chat with all the women of the village, we were talking about just basic aspects of life, marriage, kids, and they were talking about how they get married at really young ages, 15, and that shocked me because I just turned 15, and now that I think about it, I'm realizing if that's where I lived, I would be getting married now.
When I came home after the trip, I was super impacted by just the village and how important an education is across the world and how everyone should have an education. So I decided to create a group, Girls Supporting Girls Junior, with my high school friends, and basically what we did is we did the same thing. We fundraised, we were able to raise the money, and unfortunately due to COVID we weren't able to actually go to Malawi, but the school was still able to be built, which I was just super happy about.
When we were leaving, it just stuck to me how lucky I am to be able to, go to school every day, have access to, sports and medical attention or get medical attention.
It was a life-changing experience for all of us to see the world through each other's eyes for a week.